I'm the Chief Research Officer here at IDC. I oversee hundreds of analysts around the world who are out there researching all parts of the tech industry. One of the areas that we have at IDC been researching for probably the past 8 years or 9 is how companies are making that move to really becoming a digitally transformed organization. We would call them, a future enterprise. And so, what I want to speak to you about today is really what does that future enterprise mean for you as leaders in the finance function and for your organization? How does it start to change your job? What are some ways you can think about making this transformation? What's the role of technology and so forth? But before I dive too much into that, let me provide a little more background on this idea of the future enterprise. So, the future enterprise is really the enterprise that is set up to succeed in this digital first world. And there are some principles behind that. One is that this future enterprise really is very customer centric. It's definitely technology infused through and through the organization. It's an intelligent organization. It is a trusted organization. And it's an organization that can innovate rapidly. It's an organization that can adapt quickly to any type of market change or ecosystem change that's happening to it. One of the tenets of a future enterprise is this idea that as an enterprise, you can respond really quickly to any type of market dynamic. But to be able to do that, you will need to be able to have this information at your fingertips and be able to have kind of real-time decision-making ability. And so as a CFO, you're going to need to evolve your finance function so that you can do that. AI is going to be one of those key technologies. We have a prediction here that by 2025, 3/4 of CFOs will bank on AI-based forecasting and planning to help guide the enterprise in real time. Now, before you can get there, though, I think you've got to tackle some of the challenges that you most likely are facing around that. So one of the, you can see here on the slide is some of our research about some of the biggest challenges that CFOs tell us they're facing. The number one that I want to highlight here is communicating financial and business metrics to stakeholders effectively. And that can mean a lot of things, but one of the things we hear anecdotally from CFOs is that, a lot of times it's about not having the real-time element. You have to wait until you close the books, whether it's in that, whatever that period is. And therefore, this idea of being forward thinking is more difficult to do. So instead, you oftentimes in the past, you've been in a position of being more the scorekeeper, looking backwards and saying, this is how we did and reporting that out. And when you start to pivot that and be able to collect information about real time, or even to be able to start to do kind of predictive insights, then you move from being a scorekeeper to really being a coach to the enterprise, because you're able to help them make some of these business decisions. Now, part of the challenge you most likely are facing is around your financial planning and analysis. This function and the tools that that part of the organization are using, have a lot of challenges associated with them. There's a lot of dependency on spreadsheets. Our research shows that over 43% of people who are using financial software organizations, they're still augmenting their core financial systems with spreadsheets for forecasting. There's, as we just talked about it, there's some kind of lack of real-time information because you got to wait till the period closes. You've got these siloed, disconnected systems. We show that large enterprises may have over 100 finance software applications. That makes, it's daunting. It's hard to pull that information together from all those systems. It makes it more error prone. And then there's a lack of collaboration. Oftentimes, things have been set up historically as kind of siloed operational activities. Tax and treasury may not necessarily be together, and they may have their own information sources, and pulling that stuff needs to come together as well. So because of this, our recent C-suite study, in that study, 40% of CFOs told us that they're going to be investing in financial planning and analysis software in order to try to overcome this and ultimately, get to that real-time experience.